Yeah, Evan, I know. Hey, guys. Welcome back to Misfit Corner Comics Present. This is the artist Andrew speaking, and even though I'm late, I am live streaming. Trying not to be late, but I had to, I could not, I had made a cup of ice water and for dinner, and I looked around, I couldn't find it. So I went to go make another cup of ice water, and then I found the one I got. So now I've got 2 cups. So yeah, I know. That's the part of the story. That's the part of the stream you guys tuned in to find out about is me and my my ice cups. All right, I'm going to switch this over. This piece is getting a little dirty, so we'll flip it over so you guys can see the clean side on the other side. So how's it going, Evan? Everything going good for you, man? Oh, I'm very happy. I made 2 trips to the comic book store this week and picked up a whole bunch of new comics that I can't wait to bag and board and put into the store. I may share some of them with you guys. Since the store is not opening up this weekend, I'm not in a hurry to get it done, but I have a lot of new comics. Some really good ones, too. What's so funny is we'll be talking about a comic on one of the live streams, or somebody will mention a comic, and then I'll come across it at the store. It's like, go figure, you know? I think we were talking about Mark Texiera, and somebody mentioned his series from Image Comics called Union, and I found issue 1 in the store this evening. So yeah, that's how it goes. But we're going to start by doing a drawing. I'm still working on those images that I want to put up on eBay. I still haven't finalized them yet. I've got 5 or 6 designs already in the works. I'm not 100% happy with any of them, but I'm getting there. I'm getting closer and closer. So what I'm going to do today is just work on mainly just like a layout for one of the images. Now, once again, I'm working on these cat characters, these cat females, these bad girls, you might say, and they're I don't want to say nemesis, but they're adversaries for Crom. So we'll put it that way. Oh, Avery's here. I'll bring him in. What up, dude? Hello? Avery? Avery, you there? Avery?
What?
Oh, okay. I could see you. I just couldn't hear you.
It takes a second, dude.
You know me. I'm not patient. I'm not patient in any way whatsoever.
Well, moron, it takes a second.
I know. How's it going?
Horrible now that I'm here.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I got to tell you, the last live stream where we were talking about that article about the guy from Texas and you know how he was all petty and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. I was rewatching the live stream in order to cut it out to make it a separate video. We kept breaking away from the article to talk about other stuff. We talked about newsstand comics. We talked about the first time we went to comic book shops and all this stuff. And it was literally 2 different conversations intermingled amongst each other. So I cut it out and did it that way. So one of them is us talking about the article, and the other one is us just talking comics. Horrible. And it was just so great. It was like
that sounds awful, man.
It was perfect.
Well, we're trying to steer it towards a better conversation than that numbnut bastard.
I know. That's why I was saying the second conversation was so much better.
Because that guy sucks.
Yeah,
I'm going to go down with the ship. Why? Because Diamond's great.
And the other thing was, I think all stores should go down.
Yeah.
In perpetuity, for our love of Diamond.
Like, if Walmart orders pickles from you, and all of a sudden you're like, you know what? I ain't got no more pickles to ship right now. They're just going to order pickles from the next dude.
That's right.
They don't care.
Yep.
Like, you remember that? I think it was Mount Olive used to make like these gigantic jars, like of pickles.
Oh yeah.
And the company actually got in financial trouble because they were selling them to Walmart so cheap.
Yep.
Like the price on that gigantic jar of pickles, like they were selling at Walmart for so cheap, like it seriously hurt the company.
Yes, I think they did go bankrupt at one point because of that. But it was because Walmart ordered so many of them and said, "Hey, we want them at this price point, and we're your biggest customer. You've got to give it to us." And they did, and it was
It hurt them.
Yeah.
It was too, because if you looked at that price point, I was like, man, $10 for that jar of pickles. Those things are usually a lot more expensive than that.
Oh, it was less than that. It was like, I remember it being like $6 or $7.
Yeah, it was like,
yeah.
I can't remember the exact price, but it was ridiculously cheap. It's like that should be almost $5 more than that.
Yes.
At least, and it's kind of like, I'm just going to live off of pickles because this is too cheap.
And you probably looked at it and said, I don't even like pickles, and I'm going to buy them anyway.
No, I like pickles. I was just like, that is...
Oh, I know. Who doesn't like pickles? I mean, come on.
I know some people don't like it. Mm-hmm. Although I watched... I learned some things. I watched Jack's show last night, and I learned some things.
Oh, yeah? Oh, was it good?
It was... parts of it were horrifying. Parts of it were hilarious.
Okay.
Because it degenerated into snuff porn.
Oh, goodness. And that was on Kelsey's channel last night, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to watch it.
Have you ever noticed that when they're on somebody else's channel, they have a tendency to be a little more freer? And they're not afraid to...
Well, it rotates.
Hold on a second. What are you doing to him?
It rotates whose channel it's on.
Okay, hold on a second. I gotta go help my wife with something.
Oh, my God.
Hold on.
Evan, how are you? He's late. Are you here? Is Evan even here to tell me how he's doing? And I'm looking at the live comments in StreamYard, so there'll be a delay before it shows up. Yes, he is late, Evan. He's horrible. And he abandons the chat, whether you're here or not. He does it all the time. Now he's even abandoned his own show and left me here alone. There could be other people showed up in the green room. I wouldn't know. I can't let them in. It's just me. Poor, sad, pathetic me. I should just leave, and when he comes back, there'll be nobody here. It's just dead air. Isn't that the worst thing I could do? I should do it. And he left it on his little drawing. His little furry porn.
All right, sorry about that. The wife was having an issue with the dog, and I needed a hand.
Uh-huh.
Always in the middle of my live streams, you know? Oh, well.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So, what's new? Anything happening?
I don't know. I gotta wait and see.
Oh, okay.
I gotta wait and see. I hope so. I hope I get something. I lost one of the commissions that I had made.
Oh, no.
For next week. Yeah, the guy canceled one of them. He's still getting one, but he canceled the other.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm just like, okay. I'm trying to be, try to be cool about it. I don't want to be a douche.
No, I understand.
I was looking forward to the money.
I got you.
But I need to talk to Dillard, see if he wants me to color any more of that thing for him.
Okay.
That'd be nice. Keep doing that. I need a book. I need somebody to offer me a book and a paycheck. That way I can work on that book, whatever book they have, and keep working on mine too.
Right. No.
Because mine's going to take a while. Like, The writing process is the biatch part for me. It takes me forever to write something. Forever. It's extremely slow.
It's one of the reasons why I always skipped that part of the process and went right to the drawing.
No. I need to know
Yeah. No, I understand.
what's going on. I don't want to. I have drawn a page and I have thumbnails because I know the scene that the book first starts out with, because it's one of those things where it's some the characters are doing something and you go backwards,
Right.
and it connects later. But even though it doesn't have anything major to do with what's going on, it does have something to do with what's going on.
Yeah. Well, the way me and Mike always kind of laid out a story is we said, okay, this is where we start and this is where we need to end. Let's get the bullet points where how we get there. And then I would take one piece at a time and I would just start drawing it and knowing that you're going from here to there and just fill it in as you go. I mean, I know nobody else works that way. I know nobody else does, but it's just the way we felt comfortable doing it, you know?
Yeah, that would be a horrible way to do what I'm trying to do.
Yep. Oh, I know. That's why I would never suggest it to anybody out there. You know, the way I do stuff is not the way. It's just not. You know.
No.
What works for me doesn't work for everybody. You know.
Yeah, what works for you is a little. I don't know. I don't recommend it. I don't endorse it. I a little bit disavow it.
No, I understand. I understand completely.
Because it sounds like a way to end up with a jumbled mess of a comic instead of something that's readable and makes sense.
No, I understand that. Well, that's another reason why I had somebody help me edit it. Somebody who helped me, you know, keep the flow going in the right direction. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times I didn't tell him what was going to happen next, you know. He didn't know what the next volume was going to entail or what was going to happen. So it was all kind of new to him. And he was able to rein me in and say, okay, hold on a second. This makes no sense. You got to explain it a little bit better, whether it's in the dialogue or whether it's in the art itself. I see where you're going, but I don't see how you're getting there. And it was good to have somebody have a second pair of eyes on it. So I highly recommend it if you don't have somebody helping you to edit it. And trust me, I'm not the one to do it because I suck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I need to be able to find an editor also to help me when I get far enough along, and I can't pay them, you know. And I'm not comfortable, like a lot of people are, coming at somebody and expecting them to do a bunch of shit for free.
Right. Now there are people out there who are willing to, you know, do first look and give you ideas.
Sure,
but they're not. They don't want to be an editor. They just want to help you and give you you know, their feedback. They don't want to be the one that sits down and researches and make sure your spelling and your grammar is correct. That kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah.
That's very difficult to ask somebody to go to that extent.
Oh yeah.
For you know, recognition.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not comfortable with asking for it. Like, I'm going to have to letter this myself too, because why? I don't have the money.
Well, I can help you with that. I mean,
I'm not good. I don't want your help as a letterer. Absolutely.
All right. Well, when it comes to sound effects, I'm not great with, but I can do standard lettering.
You couldn't do standard lettering for some of this.
Okay. No, that's fine.
You couldn't do it.
Okay. I've gotten better.
The main character has to have his own
font type and
yeah.
Okay. All right. I understand, but I'd be willing to help if you needed it.
Yeah, no thanks.
Okay.
I've seen your lettering though.
My lettering is not bad, but then again, I'm lettering for a kid to be able to read it, not for a collector trying to immerse themselves in the story. My word balloons have to be clear, concise, large enough that the person reading it gets it, you know? That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things I thought about for these characters is I wanted each of them to have a bell, but the bell was actually in a different place. Like one character would have a bell around their wrist, one character would have a bell around their tail, one in their ear, one around their neck, type of thing. So each of them had a bell, kind of like a cat, you know. Part of me just thinks that's cute and funny. So this obviously is the one with the one in her ear, as you can tell. But I one of the other things I wanted to do is I wanted to give them all similar clothing, similar costumes, but I still haven't gotten to where I'm happy with what they're wearing. So this is all a matter of, fooling around until you get it right,
Yeah, fool around.
That's right.
Fool around until you get it.
That's right. That's how we got Michael, don't you know? We just kept fooling around until we got it right.
No, that's not how it happened.
Don't tell my wife I said that.
It happened because dumb people not knowing about drug interaction warnings.
Yeah, well, that's
you
not.
Know what's going to happen when you slip her that roofie.
You do know the funny part of that whole story is that the drugs were provided by my mother, who was a nurse at the time. You did know that, right?
And didn't realize what one thing does to another. One thing can't.
Yes, it's very common knowledge nowadays that the medication that she was taking at the time negates birth control.
I knew it at the time.
Well, my mother didn't know it at the time. So.
Your mother knew I was on birth control. She got it.
Yes, I know she knew you were on birth control.
But didn't know antibiotics can negate it.
Well, it wasn't antibiotics. It was, what do you call it? Migraine medicine. Migraine medicine.
Oh, it was migraine medicine?
Yes, that was the other thing she was taking that we did not know at the time negated the, yeah.
I think some antibiotics can do it too.
Yeah. As we've been told. Hey, Humphrey Bear, how's it going? He says, hi, Nighthawk. I don't think Nighthawk's here yet.
Not unless Evan and Nighthawk are the same person.
Oh my gosh. Is that our new theory?
I don't know. I have no idea. Evan has so many different accounts, but he usually calls them Evan something.
Right.
It could be. I don't know.
And then Marat K Vlogs is here.
What up?
Welcome. Humphrey Bear says, hi, I'm good. Very good, Humphrey. Man, I am so glad it's Friday. I was on a conference call, and the person who was speaking at the time was my boss's boss. Yeah. And they were talking about that project I've been working on. And my boss mentioned how we'd met earlier today and that it was coming along really well, and he was very happy with the way it was going. And my boss's boss said, okay, fine. What we can do is we'll set up a meeting for tomorrow and let you present it to everybody so we can see what you're working on. And I'm like, tomorrow's Saturday. She goes, what, you don't work on Saturday? And I was like, I can if I need to. And she's like, no, it's fine. We'll do it Monday. She completely forgot what day of the week it was. I was like, oh man, now I got to do this presentation on a Saturday? That sucks.
Yeah, it's the whole working from home thing. People forget what day things are.
Absolutely forget what day it is.
Hey man, guess what? When you're working in publishing, it doesn't matter what day it is a lot of the time.
That's true too.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Now some people, like the office people, might not be at work, but it's nothing for to be a freelancer working on something and get an email about needing something faster or something.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Todd's here. Let's bring him in. What up, Mr. Todd?
What's up, guys? Happy Friday.
Oh, yes, it is. Wonderful Friday. Dillard's here too. Let me bring him in.
How are my brothers from another mother?
Here I am.
Here he is.
What's up, Dillard?
What's up, man?
Oh, nothing. I'm doing nothing at all.
Oh, yeah?
It's not true. I actually had a very traumatic experience just a few minutes ago.
Uh-oh.
What was that?
Okay, you remember when you're little and you're at the jungle gym or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and then like you go to get down from someplace you climbed from, but you get too scared.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like it looks, because you're 2 feet tall, it looks like you're 100 miles in the air.
Right. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden, now this place that was very easy to ascend, it's
Yeah.
impossible to get down from.
Yeah.
You need some help.
Sure.
That happened to me for the first time in like 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
I remember that happening climbing trees. I wasn't a big fan of climbing trees after the first time that happened, but
I was fine with climbing trees till the first time I fell out of a tree. Sort of changed my mind on that. Like yeah, it's fine. Then
kind of soured the experience.
Yeah. It's kind of like, yeah. I'm just gonna be an indoor kid. Got fat. It's cool. That whole going outside thing, playing thing, way overrated.
so that's what did it, huh?
Sure, probably, maybe, because I wasn't fat at the time. I didn't get. Yeah, that was before I got fat.
Okay, well,
So maybe that is it. Just like this whole.
Let me
going
show
outside
this
thing,
scenario
playing
to you
over.
right here. Let me show you. Let's see. This is what just happened to me. You know that shed I was building?
no, you were building a shed?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And it has a gambrel roof.
That sounds racist.
Why?
I don't know, just a weird name.
Okay, so this
Quit
is the shed.
projecting, Andrew.
All right, I'm done with my sketch for now. I'm actually happy with this one. I like this one a lot. So let's switch and see what he's showing
so
us.
Happy little furries.
Happy little furries. That's right.
Happy little shed here, right? Okay, so I'm putting down the paper for the roofing for the shingles. So I got the ladder here, and it's just an extension ladder, right? It's like this. So I get the sides done. I get all this done here, and it's part way of this is done. But now I need to go and stand up here. Okay. So there's me. And I get all finished. I cut up my knees and everything, It's like, forgot that when you go up there, you got to wear knee pads. But I'm all done. I'm tired, exhausted. I got heat stroke. And my face is all red right now.
Yeah.
And I walk down to here. And I look, my knees are bent because I'm walking on this roof. It's slanted. Wait. Ooh, like that.
Where I thought you were going to tell us you were going to do a split on the top of the roof.
Yeah, you
No,
need someone to hold. You need someone to hold the ladder for you.
Right. Well, right around here, there's a little goat pen, right? And that's where my father-in-law Pastor was sitting, and he was drinking a Modelo.
Of course, we all have goat pens. So yeah.
So I turn and I look this way. I'm like, hey, Pastor, this guy's gone. All right. And then right here I didn't even see it when it was happening because I was so busy what I was doing. He had his truck right here. The truck is now gone too,
He left you on top of the roof?
This is getting good.
It would have been really funny if he would have walked over, kicked over the ladder, and then got in his truck and left.
I would have shot him in his back.
So how did you get down, Dillard?
Well, that's not the issue. The issue was right in this area here. Because of the slant, it's already slanted, but then when you get to here, you see the even more severe slant of this gambrel roof.
That's the dangerous part, getting to that. Yeah.
This and from here, this corner, you only see a little peak of this ladder, just the tip of it, So you kind of have to. How I got up there, it was I held on right here with my fingertips and kind of laid on it and pulled myself up, So to get back down on the ladder, I had to lay down on my stomach and kind of find a tippy toe on the second rung, and this is already. Off kilter because I'm way really high. The ladder's at full extension, So I'm like, okay, so I do that 2 times because I'm terrified and I don't have purchase. I can't feel if I put my weight on it, it's going to be okay. I don't know.
This could go horribly, horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, I can't do it. So I go back up and I sit down for a while and wait for him. I'm sitting like Indian style on this roof. And I'm like, okay, well, he's not coming, obviously. And then up the hill a ways, would be my wife in the house, and she's obviously not coming to check on me. So I'm like, okay, I try it again. I try it 2 separate times, and I puss out.
Yeah.
And I went up again. Went up and sat for a little bit, twiddled my thumbs, and then the third time I was like, well, I tightened my sun hat up, like, okay,
If I die, I die.
if I die, I die, whatever. So I just kind of throw my leg over the top of it and get real. It's pretty much like here's my head here. I'm holding on up here, and I got my foot like this, and one foot's kind of like under myself, almost like I'm stretching my sciatic nerve or something,
Oh yeah. You really do need someone to hold that ladder for you to do that safely.
That's funny.
And but I get down. I got down, and I'm here, and I'm here with you, and I'm glad to be here.
We are glad to have you.
Glad you didn't die.
Yeah, I had a situation one time where after I did it, I ran to my wife to tell her the story of what happened, and the story was, "Honey, I just had a flash, a bolt of lightning hit me in the head of what my obituary was going to start with," and she's like, "Okay." It would actually, it wouldn't be an obituary; it would be a news article in the paper. It says, "Man dies after falling off ladder
Wait.
at the
Man
top."
dies.
Man dies after falling off ladder at the top of his stairs while changing a light bulb. And now replace the ladder with a bar stool.
Yeah,
And that's what I did. I was climbing on top of a bar stool at the top of the stairs in order to change a light bulb. And I just,
so you would have had it coming.
oh yeah. If somebody was there with a camera recording it, it would have definitely have happened.
Oh man.
Speaking of which, Dillard, why weren't you up
I
there?
need content for my channel. Next time you do that, call me.
So you could. I don't have stairs anymore. We don't have stairs anymore.
No.
But I remember standing on the bar stool, grabbing the light bulb at the top, twisting it, and looking down the stairs, and the whole thing started to wobble. And I swear to God, I almost had a heart attack. What's up, Rick?
Oh, man. That'd have been great.
Yeah. Hey, Rick.
What's up, Rick?
Mr. Piper.
Hey, not
Hey.
much.
Hey.
How you doing?
Fun story, Dylan. Fun story there, Dylan. Good.
What?
I don't know what he just said.
I couldn't make it out.
But I
Rick
have
say something about my honor.
Dillard, what's the
No.
you're
Oh,
drawing?
that's a good story there, Dylan.
I know. I was wondering if I should live stream and just tell it on my channel, but I was like, nah.
That's all
No.
right.
If it's boring and monotonous, tell it here.
I try to make it a thrilling, good story. But...
So what's the pinup, the page you're working on, Dillard?
Oh, this is a commission for Neo Valentine.
Oh, okay.
Looks
But
awesome.
I'm such a goober, dude. I sent him. Well, I didn't want to send him an invoice because I was busy doing roof stuff. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, okay, I'll just send it to this email. I sent him my email. It's the wrong email. So I'm like, oh god. So now you got to wait for it to get refunded. Like you don't claim it, so in 30 days it goes back to the account. You know what I mean? But luckily it went through. So I mean, the refund went through immediately, and but I still got to put some touch-ups on it. It's this guy. He's protecting this girl. There's a bunch of feral dogs. There's a little shack. I don't know, shack. It's a little escape pod. I don't know if you could tell. It's a little ball with a little glider on it.
Yeah, I see that.
And there's a ship in the distance falling up into pieces. That's where they came from.
Evan just said it's most certainly boring and monotonous so far. He's talking about the stream,
Oh.
which begs the question: what does that say about Evan? Because he's here with us.
But did he say he was here?
Unless
he
unless
hasn't.
Evan said he's here.
Damn it!
He's not here. He's got you on a technicality.
He's got me on a technicality. Damn it! He does.
So
I'm so.
inner.
He just said he's not here. All right. Well.
Hey, see?
So yeah,
Always thinking.
man, Evan is just on the ball tonight.
Got to get up earlier in the morning to pull one over on Evan there.
Yeah.
Right, you
Yeah.
do.
Pound sign bested by the chat.
Hey Todd, my last live stream, which was Wednesday, it was just me and Avery here, and we were talking about the guy from My Comic Shop, how he was saying, he's going to support Diamond. He's not going to order new comics through these.
Yeah.
And Avery and I were having a really great back and forth conversation, and we were talking about everything from having newsstand books bring us into comics, of our first comic book shop, and all. And when I was editing the video, I realized that we were literally having two different conversations. So I was able to make two videos out of it.
Okay.
Dude, it was such a good just sit and talk about comics. And I think that one will go up tomorrow. But if you didn't get a chance to watch, I recommend watching the Talking Comics. Avery and I talk about comics. It was a lot of fun.
So what you're saying is that you're basically bringing this up to let me know that I missed out on something really cool.
It was a really good conversation. Yes.
Cool.
And I'm sorry you missed it.
Okay.
It's fine. It's not the kind of conversation we haven't had 100 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we did it during a live stream this time,
okay.
so it made it even better.
Oh yeah,
Guys, you have to realize one of the things that was always enjoyable about growing up.
Why don't you tell me what I gotta realize, huh? Go ahead.
What you don't realize is one of the things that was so enjoyable about growing up with these guys is we would get together either at the comic book store or just get together, and we would just talk about comics and everything, and it was always entertaining. And that's part of what this live stream is. It's us talking about comics and all that other stupid stuff and just having a good time. So I hope
realize I wasn't there. The nostalgia isn't there for me.
Yeah, I know. We pick on you for other reasons, so oh well. Oh, so Todd, how's it going? What's happening? What's new?
It's going good, man. Friday is I'm a little tired, but it's because there's been just a lot of work, which is good. I can't really complain. You know what I mean?
Okay, very cool.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been a good week. No news from New York City other than
they're all insane.
One day we'll be able to maybe go home. I'm guessing August.
Good God. Yeah, I don't know how much truth there is to some of the articles I'm seeing when it comes to this craziness. I've seen one article where they're testing people for the antibodies, and they're like, "Wow, we're finding a lot of people with the antibodies." Like,
yes, that's what I heard.
Like this has been around before. Like it may have been around last year, and they just.
But don't you dare call it the flu, because that would be wrong.
And also, like in places where it's already getting very warm and humid, it's killing the crap out of it.
Yeah.
Like here in Florida.
Well,
Yeah,
I think the idea of Georgia starting to open up is a really good test case for whether or not that'll work. Because who cares? Frick about Georgia. I mean, come on. But if they can open back up again and still be okay, well, that gives a lot of hopes for people in Florida.
Dude, we're letting people on the beach here. Shut up. Seriously, Florida, we're all batshit crazy.
Hey, going to the beach. Granted, I live 10 miles or 5 miles from the beach. I never go.
Yeah.
Ever.
Don't call Georgia crazy when we're literally
Andrew over here doing everybody a public service.
We're all literally Florida man.
Yeah, but it's not called Florida man just because it's silly. It's called Florida man because it's true.
Yes.
Florida is where people come and do really stupid things.
There's no meme out there called Georgia man. It's Florida man.
Well, what I was saying about Georgia is that they're the perfect test case,
Yeah.
If they survive, then the rest of us can.
Stop reaching.
Do you ever notice that people that adults with children push around their children in strollers, and they push them around in front of them? Like when you're crossing the street, if a car comes, you know not to do that. But it's like, let Georgia go first. Let Georgia go out there and go first, and we'll see what happens. That was a bad analogy, but you got what I was going for, right?
No. Please continue.
No, oh, dude, this one. It reminded me of a video on Jack Show last night. Man and woman crossing, train tracks, and the man stops because a train's coming. The woman takes that one more step and just gets whacked by the train and goes flying like a rag doll.
No,
Yeah.
that's horrible.
Dude, I told you it was snuff pouring on there last night.
Nighthawk Warrior says, "Who's drawing?" I was drawing. I did my drawing.
Dillard's drawing.
Well, I don't know. Is he drawing?
Well, he was.
Putting final touches on things. And there's a lot of like blades of grass that have like gaps. I gotta fill these in.
Yeah, Nighthawk Warrior, you can't come into the stream 30 minutes in and wonder who's drawing, man. We've already bypassed that part of this video.
Well, drawing is my life. You know, I draw constantly.
Nighthawk.
I don't do a little sketch and then call it a day. You
Oh.
Nighthawk Warrior's good people, so I'm not bashing nobody. But guys, I got a whole bunch of crap load of comics. I got about 180 new comics over the past few days, and I got a stack just
And you're
burning.
going to subject us all to them.
If you'd like. Wait a minute. Blue Samurai Zero says my city is really a great case for opening, but the country area around us, which has groceries, was hard hit because of a itinerant preacher. If we open the country, we'll flood back into the city. Ooh, you don't want that to happen, do you? Evan says I don't look at the stream.
I don't believe you know what he's talking about.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
It's good that you're so on top of things.
Evan says I refuse to see the Ducks' dirty work.
Dirty work.
Man,
He really hates streaming.
he has got a thing for StreamYards that I just don't get. You know,
He's got that hate boner.
I bet you he works for like a rival company. You know,
No,
Like-
he just likes it when people have it like really put together with OBS.
Well, yeah, that always looks beautiful, but
No,
I could never get my system to have a really good render quality with it. Like I could never get my images always looked choppy and pixelated.
ooh, Evan says he's challenging me to a duel soon. I accept your challenge, my friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't accept.
Rest
it,
in
you
peace,
will.
Andrew.
Duel is you
Nighthawk
guys-
wants to see your comics.
Blue Samurai Zero says county, not country, no R. You were talking about Georgia opening as a test. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm as Evan has said, I'm the artist. I'm really bad about writing and reading. So Evan says, "Get wrecked, Rick." Why? Oh, why? All right, needless to say, you guys want to look at some comics?
Because Evan doesn't want to duel you, Andrew. He wants you to draw 6 drawings,
Oh,
and he doesn't draw anything.
I had a friend of mine kind of hit me up for that, and he wanted all Star Wars stuff, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. A whole bunch of Star Wars characters, yeah. Pfft. Now, if he asked for a bunch of furry characters, maybe, but no, he asked for Star Wars.
You're not going to do furry Star Wars?
All right,
What do you do if you're drawing furry Star Wars when you get to Chewbacca?
draw him naked.
Why did you answer that so quickly?
Because I thought about it.
Before.
This is actually about 100.
Andrew Charper, The Private Files.
This is about 100.
Oh, dude. I'm so scared.
This is about 125 of the books I got today. Let me just cut this in half so I can, or cut it down a little bit so make it a manageable stack. But this is some of the issues we got, and I want to share them with you guys.
Oh,
Now, the store will not be open this
share it
weekend.
like herpes.
The store won't be open this weekend, so these won't be in the store this weekend. But
Oh.
there's a very, very good chance that we're going to be able to start opening back up again the following weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that like is that a Florida
Gotta
thing
get
or just a?
coffee.
No, it's part of the first step or whatever it is, and it's 14. You have to have 14 days of reduced cases,
Mhm.
and that's part of it. So, but
Rick, what is this? Do you have the double page spread together with dialogue? There is no dialogue on the double page spread.
what?
Rick's pissing me off. I'm gonna fight Rick.
All right, so I'll duel Evan and you duel Rick. Wait, okay, wait a minute.
When you sent me that double page spread,
All right, I got a question. If we were going to duel, what will we duel with?
Cox.
You mean chickens, roosters? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's
Dude,
what
I
was
just put in a full day of heavy lifting. What do you want from me?
saying.
All right, we're going to look at some comics because this is awesome.
I don't think
All right.
we're going to. How about that, huh?
Yeah, we are. Okay, first one here is Superman Action Comics. This is a storyline called The Oz Effect Part 3 or Part 4. I've actually found several of these, and I need to find out how many parts were in the set in order to make a complete set. But this has got Bogdanovic on art, who I really like his stuff, so that's cool. Here's a classic, great early X-Men
Oh man,
233 with
Silvestri.
Silvestri and the Brood. I've heard rumors they're saying that the Brood may be the next big bad guy in the third Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
You're breaking up, dude.
How am I breaking up?
Is it just me?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Did everyone else hear him okay?
How am I breaking up? No, it's just you. It's got to be just you. I just turned it on. I sounded fine.
All right. I'm sorry.
Here's Green Arrow from back in the days when Mike Grell was working on it.
Mike Grell.
Yeah. Oh,
Mike Grell.
remember how we were just talking about this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
We're gonna have to open this up and take a look at it.
Oh yeah, spread it wide open, Andrew. Show us.
That was a great. I remember the artwork being fantastic on that union. I remember that being like up there with Wolverine.
But was it actually?
Yeah, well, that's what we're about to find out.
The cover. You got the splatter effects and all.
Although Max was Sam Keith.
You got
I'd like to see it without the slightly overdone airbrush.
Yeah, that was the era of colors I liked the least. I hated that era.
Because the more rendered someone's art is,
Mm-hmm.
the less you need to do coloring.
That's actually when I started to get into manga and get into black and white because I was like, you know what, I can't.
This would be gorgeous in black and white. You know.
Yeah, it'd still be good colored, just a little less airbrush gradient stuff going on, and the colors be a little simpler.
Yeah, Nighthawk Warriors seems to have heard through the grapevine that you were over here ripping comics.
Yeah, actually, I did.
He
we
did.
took
Oh,
on
he
a-
did rip that comic. Yeah,
We took on the indestructible cover,
yeah,
and I won. By the way,
yeah. He won, dude. Oh, dude.
I made that a separate video. You'll be able to see that soon.
He channeled his inner Zach.
That's right. This is a New Teen Titans number 22. This is an early one. What year is this? I got to double check this, but it's got Brother Blood on it, which I think is pretty cool. This is 82. George Perez, just fantastic Teen Titans. Here's one of the Black Panthers from Marvel Knights, where the interior art was by Joe Jusko.
Yeah, that's
I don't know
cool.
if you guys remember that or not. We lost Avery. Hold on.
Oh well.
What?
Yeah, we lost Avery for a second there.
Oh no.
Had to kick him back into the stream.
Oh no.
I think, if I remember correctly, Todd, you may know this. This series was when it originally started was Texiera,
Mm-hmm.
wasn't it? And then I think Joe Jusko did like 2 or 3 issues.
I believe so. Yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome.
Oh no.
Very cool. We got some random issue of Ferris. This is from the DC Vertigo series. It was one of the breakoffs from Fables. Very cool. We got the Superman special, Escape from Dinosaur Island.
Oh my god, that looks so cool. Tell me all about it.
We got a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle universe with some furry characters on the cover, which, I don't know why I was never collecting this comic, so that just looks awesome. We got a Deathstroke issue number 10 with a Dave Johnson cover.
What a douche.
Kevin says, wait.
Oh, speaking of Ninja Turtles, guys, I got a hold on, real quick.
Oh, okay.
I got a so one of the things you guys, that they've been talking about tattoos and hair parlors and like barbershops in the news, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, screw it. I'm gonna show my support for the tattoo parlors. I actually went out and I actually got my first tattoo.
You're kidding me.
No.
Yeah, you want? Hold
It's
on.
like
I'm gonna-
100,000 times more interesting than what Andrew will ever talk about in his life.
Okay, what's your first tattoo?
right here. I'm sharing a picture of it that the guy took right after he did it. What do you think? Melissa's really mad at me, but I
It's
think
a
she'll get over
perfectly
it.
I'm almost certain your kids love it.
Perfectly
They
in
think that's
order. I mean, I might be.
I don't know what to say, Todd. All right, we've got a copy of Aquaman
I broke
44
Avery. My work is done.
with one of the Virgin covers. This one's by Raphael Albuquerque. Very nice, very nice. We
I haven't
have
even seen that before.
Flash number 36 with Howard Porter on art. Very cool.
What makes this really tedious is that he's not even like selling these books to anybody. Like these are just books.
This is Legends. This was a 6-issue limited series. This was part 6. This was actually before I started picking up any of the DC issues, but this is pretty cool. Oh, check it out. Fantastic Four number 3.
Yeah,
I mean, number 4. God, I wish I knew how to tell numbers.
numbers.
Yeah.
And it's X Factor, not Fantastic Four.
Hey, look, I got X Factor number 4.
Look, guys, I got Fantastic Four number 3.
Oh God, dude.
I saw the $3 sticker on it,
You got the book and the number wrong.
and I'm holding it in my hand, and I'm looking right at it.
I can't make
Still
this
got
up.
it wrong.
Back here. Coming to
Back Hero, please, dear God, if you've ever.
We have a rebirth issue of Deathstroke with issue number 3.
What's happening on that first page?
Deathstroke is walking in on his daughter cuddling with somebody, and
Oh my God!
that guy is going to be in a lot of trouble.
What happens?
I don't know. You have to buy the book to find out.
My bet is he throws that dude right out the window.
Yeah, probably. This is a Doctor Strange number 384 with a Young Avengers variant. So, Todd, we can hear you talking in the background. Use your mute button, man.
I'm okay.
Andrew, I can hear you talking in the foreground.
No, that's
Here's another issue of Ferris.
Andrew, if you're gonna talk, mute your mic first.
Guys, do you remember this issue?
Oh, like it was yesterday. Fuck no.
You don't remember this one? X-Men Unlimited number 1?
I think I had stopped buying X-Men by then.
This was Chris Bacalo. This
Yeah.
was like one of the first books.
I actually had that book before.
Yeah, I remember. This is like one of the first books that got me into Chris Bacalo's art. You know.
Okay, I got to address something, please.
Sure.
I just watched Dark Phoenix last night.
Okay.
I was 100% enthralled with that movie. Like I was the first time I was watching an X-Men movie.
that Capullo cable is awesome.
Yeah.
I hated that movie.
This movie actually showed X-Men fighting against super-powered beings that were not other X-Men
Yeah.
or machines. It was fantastic. It was beautiful. The whole scene in the train, they were all arrested. They're like, let us go so we can fight. And those aliens come out and they're beating up on people. And then finally they get, unhandcuffed. And you get the X-Men fighting other people. Like, I don't need them in the MCU anymore. All you need is superpowered beings that the X-Men can fight. It was fantastic.
It was cool.
I didn't like it. I hated that movie.
I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was that great either.
Well, it's the second time they told that story and still screwed it up.
I mean, we just gotta face facts eventually that the Dark Phoenix story isn't that good,
Yeah. Well.
You take that back.
We gotta face facts that the X-Men were overrated.
Whoa.
There was a time when X-Men was awesome.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it.
There comes a time when we all must heed the call.
All right, back to the comics. We're almost done. We have another issue.
Are we, Andrew?
Why do you keep buying these Ferris books? You
Yeah.
don't care about them. Nobody else does either.
They have really nice Adam Hughes covers. You notice that? It's an Adam Hughes cover. This is one I found.
The Adam I need in my life is a driver.
What
is,
book is that?
I'm not sure. I picked up one other issue of this. It's in the stack from last night. It was kind of cool.
10? Is it called 10?
No, I think what it is.
Oh, dude, this guy. I literally was just looking at this guy today. The artist is the same guy that does
Ramon
Midwest. I want to say Midwestly, but that's Jeremy's thing. It's Midwest something or other. He's doing a lot of stuff with Scotty Young now.
Okay.
Pippin?
Midwesterly or something like that. It's a cool looking book. This guy's style, I actually kind of like this guy's style.
Middle
Middle
West.
West. That's it.
Yes.
Middle West. So I was literally looking at this guy's stuff today. It's crazy that you picked it up. I actually like his Middle West stuff is actually really good.
It is. It is. I've got like the first 5 or 6 issues. It's really good.
But this is not that. This is something.
No, this is Feathers.
Feathers. Okay, yeah, that was
But
one of the books.
It's just got a 10th anniversary cover on it, is what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is issue number 1 of Feathers from 2015. It just has the 10th anniversary cover on it for Boom. So, all right, we have a Deathstroke issue number 15 with the Neil Adams variant cover. Not 100% sure I care, but okay, cool. We have Edge of the Venomverse number 1. The interior art is not that great, but there's people out there that like Venom and they'd buy it. This I thought was kind of interesting. This is Savage Avengers number 5. This is kind of a newer comic. This is something new that I don't like Mike Deodato's work anymore. It's just way too dark.
Well, yeah, he's also
Yeah, I know, but somebody might like it. We got Red Hood and the Outlaws number 32 with a Cully Hamner cover. Cool. We got Moon Knight number 4. This is when Brian Michael Bendis and Alex Maleev were doing the title. That's cool.
I actually kind of want to get those, but I don't want to pay for them because I like Alex Maleev.
Yeah. You like him way more than I do. Let me see. Cover looks nice.
I like his paintings. His paintings are cool.
Let's see if it's got a lot of Moon Knight in it. There's some Moon Knight in it.
It's probably one of those. I'm Bendis, and I'm going to have a comic where the entire issue is just some talking.
There's a lot of talking. There's a little action, but there's a lot of talking.
Yeah, dude. He does too many issues like that. It's like one conversation. You did 20-something pages of a conversation, you douche.
We've got a Mighty
You tell
Thor
him, Avery.
issue 439 with Ron Friends on art.
That's not bad.
Who's actually pretty awesome. It's got a backup. Newberry and Hobbs. I have no idea. I just like the cover.
That looks boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a Deathstroke number 12 from the Rebirth era. We got a Conan the King number 21 with a really nice Michael Kaluta cover. Ooh, who do you think did the interior art?
I don't know. I think I have that issue. But
Let me see the cover again. Oh, I'm gonna say. I know this. It's either. I want to say John Buscema, but it's not. I think it's.
What is it,
I think
one of
it's.
the Sylvester
I think it. No. It's gonna be Sinkwitz.
Look at the first page. It's kind of cool.
Hey, is anybody here like a fan of Conan?
I like a lot of the Conan artwork.
Like, I got to do a commission of Conan. What's a typical pose Conan would be in?
Sitting on the throne, dude. Thinking. The thinking king.
Yeah, sitting on a throne, having a bunch of like ape-like people attack him, and he's like cutting through them like they're butter, like a hot knife through butter. That would work. Him standing, the whole pose of him standing there with a woman hanging on his leg, like, oh,
both the
powerful man.
both the main story and the backup story are Mark Silvestri.
Really, man. He was Sylvester was doing a lot
I
of
got
stuff,
it. I
man.
nailed it.
Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that awesome?
Hmm.
Oh, it's great. I think I have that book.
So you cheated. If you already had it, you already knew.
I think I have that one. I'm not sure.
All right. Here's another issue of the Kill Raven limited series by Alan Davis and Mark Farmer, number 2.
No, Hail Raven.
We got a Green Lantern Corps recharge number 1, which I believe I got to double check it. I believe this is the first appearance of what's her name? The chick that is Sinestro's daughter, who
Yeah.
later on becomes a Green Lantern, who later then becomes the leader of the Yellow Lantern Corps.
Oh.
And I believe this is her first appearance was in this issue. This actually might be worth a couple of bucks. So.
Oh my god.
We got a Titans Rebirth issue number 11, the Lazarus Contract Part 1. Cool. And just a random Punisher issue from Marvel Knights. This is Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon, which Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon on Punisher is fantastic.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, so
His last Steve Dillon's last run, right? I don't know.
well he did several runs. But yeah, I think he was working on Punisher when he passed away, so but yeah. What's Kilray? I never heard of it, and is it any good? We can talk about that. But bottom line is, stack of comics, bagged and boarded, going in the store, and when we open back up again, these will be available for anybody out there who wants to come by and spend some money on some comics. I think we killed Dillard.
Oh, why did you kill Dillard?
I did it
Don't kill
telepathically.
Dillard.
Huh?
We should.
Oh, he's not dead. He's just asleep.
Oh,
You
okay.
just bored him to sleep.
I
Wake up, Dillard.
Oh, look at that.
We're highlighting
Yeah.
you, Dillard.
There's the buckler. That looks dope.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, he's holding up this piece of dirt. This Antifa commie bastard here. As an example.
Is that the original page that I get for backing the Canadian Shield?
No, you get an original page of the Buckler Ashcan. This is not in the Buckler Ashcan.
What?
This is Buckler Ascendancy.
Oh yeah.
Is the
Right.
buckler Ashcan going to be in color?
Eventually.
Ooh.
See, the thing is, it's come the Ashcan's coming out with Rick's campaign, and that's already been accounted for and already sent and already ready to go. But there's a lot of story in there that I wanted to tell, so I'm going to be inserting some extra pages and making it a full-on 0 issue.
Oh, excellent.
And it's going to be in color, and the colors are going to be done by Avery from Illustration 7.62.
That would be awesome.
Speaking of that, I just got paid today. I can send him another page to do.
Nice.
I think that'll make him happy.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I got something hot off the news press for you. I think you guys might be interested.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think it might have been reported. I haven't actually looked, but I just found out today, like literally just the second.
Okay. What is it?
I'm sharing my screen with you.
Oh, okay. Patreon lays off 13% of their workforce. That sounds horrible.
Mm-mm-mm. Maybe if they hadn't kicked all those people off for being conservatives.
30 employees, which is 13% of their workforce? Really? Oh, I guess that's a decent number. It's
What, it's not big enough of a company for you, or what?
less than 300 people. I think Kickstarter was more than that. So,
These are internet companies. Why should they have more than like 5 people working for them?
well, so why did you get rid of it? We were going to read it.
Oh, you want to read it? Okay. I didn't know if it was interesting to you.
It might be. Well, it's not really comic related, so it's kind of.
I mean, it is because people are using Patreon to, or they a lot of people. I mean, a lot of comic artists are using Patreon to raise cash for themselves.
Yeah.
Sure.
The kayfabe guys are still on there. Everyone's on there.
Well, some people have been kicked off.
Evan goes, news? I can't wait. Just kidding.
I like how even your fans don't like treat you with respect.
Yeah.
That's all right.
That's
all right.
yeah. That's everybody.
To be honest with you,
That's love.
no. My fans,
That's not my channel. I love my channel because of the respect I receive and the peace and quiet.
It's
Mike-
love. It's love in the way that like Pantera would define love.
no, it's very much like family. I get as much respect from my audience.
We know how much you
My
love your family.
Not what I said. All right, so let me see if we can see this. Creative Platform Patreon has laid off 30 employees, which is 13% of its workforce. TechCrunch has learned. It is unclear how long this economic uncertainty will last. Wait a minute. Why would a tech company like Patreon have to lay anybody off? Is everybody jumping out of Patreon? I mean, are people not contributing to people's Patreons anymore?
Well, you saw that Kickstarter, which is much bigger than Patreon, only nets 1.27 million a year.
Well, that's because they lost 35% of their new stuff. You know.
Well, I know with last time I mean, it's been a long time since I actually checked, but I do remember some kind of statistic that said like, even though Patreon has a tremendous number of creators and a tremendous number of supporters, the average creator makes less than $10 a month or something, which means that they're only getting like $1 or $2 per user at a certain point on average. I mean, you know, they certainly have their blockbuster stars, and that's where they make their money. But you know, if Kickstarter is only making 1.27 million, and they're way bigger than Patreon, I think.
Yeah.
Who knows how much Patreon's really making?
Yeah, I had a Patreon for a couple of months, about a year and a half ago or so, and I only ever had 2 people on my Patreon, and one of them was my aunt.
Well, it says here in March, Patreon would. I mean, maybe you should read the article because it actually talks about how many patrons they have.
Okay, where is this at? So let me actually bring it up on my screen.
Yeah, here I'll send you the link in your
Yeah,
chat.
send me the link.
Here's private chat link right now. Right in your chat box.
Dirty old chat box.
That sounds kind of kinky. All right.
Andrew, we're talking about you, not talking to you, all right?
All right. So let's check out this article here. This sounds interesting. Thank you, Todd, for sharing it.
Sure.
It says, this is from techcrunch.com. Want to make sure we give proper credit to whoever wrote the article.
You really don't.
Megan Rose Dickey. Okay, sure. Patreon.
Andrew thinks he's a real show.
Patreon lays off 13% of their workforce. Creative Platform. Oops, hold on a second. Creative Platform Patreon has laid off 30 employees, which is 13% of its workforce, TechCrunch has learned. It is unclear how long this economic uncertainty will last, and therefore, to prepare accordingly, we will make the difficult decision to part ways with 13% of Patreon's workforce, a Patreon spokesman said in a statement to TechCrunch. This decision was not made lightly and consisted of several other factors beyond the financial ones. Now, wouldn't a tech company be prime to have its people work from home? You know,
One would think.
Nighthawk Warrior says, I left Patreon because nobody would ever talk or buy anything from my account. I'm glad I left. And then Evan says, that'll show him Nighthawk.
Night on Ethan.
Oh.
Evan says, sounds like Patreon got 13% of your boot up its ass. Patreon, which enables creators to build relationship with their fans via monthly subscriptions for content in exchange for perks and other benefits, had seen an uptake in new creators launched on the platform in light of the COVID-19 pandemic. In March, Patreon wrote on its blog post, not only are patrons not leaving the platform, we've even seen many of them upgrade their tiers to support their favorite creators during this challenging time. Additionally, the average income of creators was 60% higher in March than in previous months, according to the company. Does this not sound like a company laying off people in order to take advantage of a situation?
Mhm.
You know, if they're talking about how they're still making money, you know?
Exactly. If you're not suffering financially but making more money, then you're just
They're either being shady as hell or they're lying through their teeth. We're doing great. Everything is fantastic. We're making more money than ever. That's why we're firing everybody.
That sounds like the comic book industry.
Yeah, that's exactly.
It's
There you
going
go.
great here.
This is the greatest time for selling comics. Oh, we got to shut down.
That's right. That's
Pencils
it.
down.
Around the same time, however, Patreon said it saw patrons exiting the platform more than usual due to financial hardship. Still, Patreon said churning rates were stable. The startup ecosystem has been hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic, with layoffs no longer the exception but the rule. Still, it's particular timing for Patreon, given the company touted an increase in new membership during the first 3 weeks of March. Yeah, something tells me Patreon little shady in the box there, if you know what I mean. This does not sound good.
A little shady in the box.
Oh, no shady.
What does that mean?
Don't you know what I mean? It means exactly what I just said. The surge, along with years of continuous growth, has put Patreon in a strong financial position to help creators successfully manage creative businesses during this challenging time, the spokesman said. Although the business is in a strong cash position, we want to ensure that we can continue to support creators for many years to come and fire a whole bunch of people.
Man, Patreon is my new hero.
This is almost like reading that article or that thing from the guy from My Comic Shop. You know, he says the only reason why you would ever go with it with alternate distributors is if the main one failed, but that's not the case. It's like, what are you talking about? That's exactly what happened. Man, it's scary how these companies talk out of both sides of their
Neck?
Is it ass or mouth? I don't remember.
Ass to mouth. Yes.
Ass? No, that's not what it is. Todd, you're not helping. Here's Patreon full statement below. All right, let's read this. Over the past 6 weeks, Patreon has experienced a significant influx of new creators launching on the platform, along with increased financial support for both their new and existing patrons. In March alone, we onboarded 50,000 new creators to the platform, of which the average income was 60% higher than previous months. This surge, along with years of continuous growth, has put Patreon in a stronger financial position to help creators successfully manage their creative businesses during this challenging time. Although the business is in a strong cash position, we want to ensure that we can continue to support creators for many years to come. It is unclear how long the economic uncertainty will last, and therefore, to prepare accordingly, we have made the difficult decision to part ways with 13% of Patreon's workforce. This decision was not made lightly and consistent of several other factors beyond the financial ones. Prior to the pandemic, we had complete and in-depth performance review cycles and developed a new company strategy, both exercising highlighted and the new and different skill sets moving forward.
Maybe this is a good thing. Maybe they crunched their numbers and they found out a bunch of people were causing them a bunch of a bunch of shrinkage, a bunch of loss, a bunch of SJWs canceling people out for no reason, and they fired a lot of them.
That would be wonderful if they use the cover of the coronavirus to get rid of some of the fat. You know,
because weirdo cancel culture has gotten a lot of people kicked off of Patreon,
yeah.
Who, if you're a reasonable human being, hadn't done anything wrong and definitely hadn't violated the terms of service.
Yeah,
they still got kicked off of Patreon.
Yeah, except for those white nationals like your boy Zach.
Oh my God.
All right, let me finish this up. It was the combination of economic uncertainty, performance reviews, and a shift in strategy that prompted us to make this change.
Performance reviews?
Patreon is now on path to long-term success, and the business will emerge from this layoff even stronger, both financially and strategically. I wonder, what was the chance that some of the employees at Patreon wanted to become a union?
It's a possibility. That would explain. I mean, hey, we're doing fantastic financially, but we had to fire 30 people. Well, with 30 people were trying to form a union, and they didn't want that to get out. That's a possibility.
And they use this as the cover to do that. Because if you think about it, Kickstarter just enacted some 60%. What was it? 60% of their employees became unionized, like in January of this year.
Sure.
And now they're talking about layoffs and all.
See you later, Blue Samurai.
Later. Where did Rick? Rick did disappear.
Yeah, he did. It's all right.
He was in his tin can again.
He was he was having connection issues, so it's all right. It happens.
He's clearer on his channel. Like I'll stop by and listen to him for a minute, and like he sounds clear. Then he comes here, and it's like.
All right, here's one of the comments. This is good. So they're in strong cash position and they're doing well financially, so they decided to lay off staff. That's not a very nice way to treat employees, even in the best of times. Very sad to see them doing this, but you know what? That's how business works. If you're doing well and you can cut the fat and get rid of people and still be doing well, you do it. Business is not a charity case, you know? People got to remember that when you're in business to make money, you're not in business to hire people and to pay people. You're in the business to make money. And you're only going to pay the people that are actually helping you make money. So
I can't what is that?
It's some canine coronavirus vaccine from 2001.
Wow.
are you going to drink it?
Yes.
Please don't.
The president said so.
Why do you want me to die, Andrew?
I have no idea.
You know, I'm a smoker. I'm a vulnerable person.
I do not want you to die. This is interesting, but
You're a smoker. That means you won't get COVID.
yeah, actually, there's some statistics out there that people that smoke are less likely to get the COVID disease.
Oh,
So
yeah. Because we're cooler. That's
coronavirus could push customers away from influencers and towards streaming TV. What?
not true. That's fake
Yeah.
news.
That's fake news. Yeah, Todd, what'd you do? Share us fake news? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
TechCrunch isn't fake news.
Okay. Well, that was an interesting article.
Yeah.
But
Riveting.
yeah, absolutely. Oh. Well, I just saw that Ethan is live streaming right now.
Yeah, he's got an
A
auction.
card auction, so I'm assuming that anybody out there that's Comicsgate's probably going to shift over to that. Oh.
I want to go watch it.
Who is the guy that's copywriting or trademarking Comicsgate right now?
That's that Preston Poulter piece.
So that would be Critias.
I have no idea who that person is.
No, I heard it was Preston was trying to.
Yeah, Preston Poulter or something. Yeah, I don't even know who that is.
So why are you talking about him?
He's this dude that's constantly a pain in the ass that hates CG.
Oh well, whatever.
He's
Yeah,
a
Preston
weird guy.
Poulter's he's a very prolific and effective troll.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know, but the thing is that the copywriting stuff isn't really, it's old hat. It's been done before, and it would have been really funny if it was like last year, but yeah, it's just not. It's kind of a non-issue.
Evan, I appreciate the support, my friend. When I mentioned Ethan was live streaming, Evan put, "Who the hell does he think he is stepping on your time slot?" SMH.
That's right.
That's right, guys.
We should all go over there and tell him.
We need to go over there and tell that big head to quit screwing around with Misfit Corner Comics live stream. This is my time.
You should go. You should go.
Yeah, you go for that.
Evan says, "You're lucky you're 13% more entertaining than EVS." Is that it? 13%? That's it? Okay. All right. I'll take it. But anyway, guys, we're going to wrap up anyway. I appreciate everybody coming by. Todd, Avery, Dillard, Rick, all you guys in the chat. You guys are fantastic. I love having you on here.
We are.
I know, right?
We are
by the
very
way,
fantastic. Yes.
Did anybody get a notification?
Oh,
I was just wondering because I think I had 3 videos up today, and
For what, this show?
did you get?
I get a couple of it. Yeah, I got them.
I'm not even subscribed.
I believe I get your notifications pretty regularly. So.
I always go by the email.
I mean, to
Okay.
be fair, I get them, and then I'm like, "What the hell's this?" And I delete it immediately.
And then you say, "Oh crap, that's Andrew."
Well, I look at the thumbnail, and it's like always a blurry furry sketch, and I'm like, "Okay, I don't need
Or
to see this."
or a fucking Lego, and you're just like,
or a fucking Lego, and then I'm like, "Well, I don't care about this, so I'm gonna delete it from my
no,
life."
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
the love in the room showing through.
Sure.
I delete with like vicious impunity. Like I click that box, I hit that button, and I press that button.
Savage
hard,
indifference.
savagely hard deletion.
Well, I'm fairly certain I'm going to live stream tomorrow night, so
Oh
I'm
God!
not
Thanks
sure
for
if it'll be at the
warning.
regular time or not,
I can't wait.
because I got to do at least 5 a week, and I've only done 4 this week. So
Oh
My-
God!
My pencil is up.
your
Oh,
pencil is okay. Good. I'm so glad. Everybody, pencils up.
Pencils up, Comments Gate.
That's right. That's right.
Cock and balls.
But if you guys are interested in listening to the conversation with me and Avery talking about comics, that'll go up tomorrow around 2 o'clock. So tune in when it comes up and enjoy.
It's
Wait,
the most
wait,
discussion about
wait,
comics you've ever had.
What?
What time is that? I gotta add it to my calendar.
About 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Add it to your calendar, bitch. All right. Good night, everybody.
What?
Nah.